Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. Maybe some time with your family, your loved ones. Maybe a little time to rest or have some fun. And definitely time to be in God's house worshiping King Jesus with your brothers and sisters. I hope you did that this Sunday. Psalm 42 is where we are today for our devotion. And in this psalm, the author clearly expresses his emotional pain because he's going through a spiritual dry period, if you will. And he's remembering times in the past when he was able to go to church, go to worship, and he felt the presence of God, and he's longing for that again. There's just this sense of spiritual barrenness, spiritual dryness, spiritual emptiness, but he's longing for better days in the future. I would imagine that each of you listening to me right now, you've had moments like that. I know I have. I think we all go through seasons like that, but he's hopeful. He's optimistic that he'll get back there. He's not giving up. He's not walking away like some people do. He's not doing that. And in the midst of his expressing his struggle and his pain and his hopes, he says something that I think is important for you and me, for all of us, an important truth in verse 5. So Psalm 42, verse 5. He says, why? He's talking to himself, okay? So he says, why are you in despair, O my soul? And why have you become disturbed within me? and he's giving himself a pep talk now. He says, hope in God, for I shall again praise him for the help of his presence. Now, one lesson is he's not giving up, okay? He's going to continue hoping in God. But the end of verse 5 is what really caught my attention. He said, I will again praise him, notice this, for the help. Now notice, the help of his presence. The help of God's presence. He recognizes that ultimately the source of our joy is the presence of God, more so than the activity of God. You see, sometimes, excuse me, we as Christians, if we're not careful, can focus more on our experiences with God, or just our spiritual experiences, if you will, than God himself. We can be more excited about events, about experiences than Jesus. And the truth is, deep inside our joy is from the person of Jesus, our relationship with him. Notice how we talk about Sundays. Man, we had a great day at church yesterday. Well, what happened? Man, the music was just so moving. It was just, wow. Man, the pastor had a great sermon yesterday. We don't tend to talk with that kind of excitement about Jesus and his presence, and the way he speaks to us and changes us. I'm guilty of that at times. I imagine you are as well. And I'm thankful for great music, and I'm thankful when I get to hear great preaching, and I'm blessed and thankful when God gives me a good sermon. Those things matter. But if I'm overly dependent on those things, in some ways it's like being a junkie, and I've got to have the next high. I've got to have the next shot. I've got to have the next. Jesus' presence is a constant. I never leave you. I never forsake you. He's always there. And I need to be able to feel the joy that comes from the presence of God Thursday morning at home by myself, Tuesday afternoon in my office, Saturday sitting on the back porch, Just like I do on Sundays, if there's all of a sudden, man, just some wow music or the sermon's great. It's the experiences are good. They're not wrong. They're good and they're helpful. And I'm thankful for them. But brothers and sisters, please, please do not allow experiences to become a substitute for Jesus, to take the place of Jesus. And don't allow yourself to get to the place that the only way worship takes place in your heart and is meaningful and good is if the music or the preaching are great. He said, "For I shall again praise him." Verse 5, "for the help of his presence." It's the presence of Jesus that matters. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow.